It's from Mick Lawson.
I knew that.
He says, Dear Elizabeth, your letters are a real treat, so much so that I figured 12,000 miles is too far for old mates to be apart.
He's a real charmer, that one.
Next month I have to make a business trip to the east, and since it's only a hop, skip and jump from there to good old Aussie, I've decided to pop in and see you and that family of yours.
Don't go, not tonight. Stay with me. It's all we're ever going to have.
I don't want to go into that again. Right, just get Lizzie ready to go back to her dorm.
Right.
Mason, get a mop, clean up.
Yes, Miss.
Oh, g'day, B. How you go?
Shouldn't I be asking you that?
She's barking on all fours this morning, aren't you, Lizzie?
Yeah, well, so she should be with all the good care and attention she's been getting.
Good morning.
Morning.
Everything looks a lot healthier.
Yes, I'll be talking to the health department about it later. And I said to Mrs. Powell that Lizzie, Tammy and Babs can go back to their cells as long as they stay in bed.
Oh, that is good news.
Yeah, well, it suits me fine.
I'm sorry, Miss Ferguson, but that doesn't include you.
Look, I'm over the worst of it. I'm just a bit weak, that's all. There's no point in wasting time in bed.
Look, don't get overconfident. We don't want to have any relapses now, do we? There haven't been any new cases overnight, but we're not out of danger yet.
Top of the morning to you.
Buzz off.
Must be something I said.
No, it's not you, it's this place. I'm standing here looking out and it's scaring the hell out of me. The place is full of people that couldn't care less. It's all the time. Me, me, me.
What's brought this on? Driscoll House isn't like that. It's here to help.
Well, it didn't help Maxine. That poor kid, she died on her own. I mean, I wasn't even there when she needed me.
Can't be everywhere at once.
Nick off, Wally. I want to be on my own.
A lot of good it's going to do other people if you hang around the place feeling sorry for yourself.
Balls! How the hell do I know the same thing won't happen to Hazel, Kent, or some other kid that comes here for help? What sort of good is the place then?
A lot of good, and you know it. For one thing, they're here where you can talk to them, and you can give them the good news when it happens.
Oh, well, isn't that just peachy? This place is crawling with good news, isn't it?
Well, there's a lot of it if you just shut up and let me tell you about it. I managed to track down Hazel's old man and the kids.
How did you manage that?
Through the electoral rolls. What's more, I got in touch with legal aid, and they say there's no reason why she can't have access to them. How's that for good news?
It's good. Only let's not tell her, okay? I mean, we got to check with George first. If he decides not to go through with it, it'll wreck her.
Okay. You're running this sideshow.
Yeah, I'm the #1 freak. I'm sorry. So, you're not just a pretty face, are you?
Tell me something I don't know.
Here, I nicked this from the hospital. I reckon you'll need it more than they will.
You'll be wearing that if you're not careful.
Spoken like a true lady.
Oh, could be. I reckon I've been having nightmares about that letter from Foxy.
Anything I can do to help? No, no. This bed has been well and truly made. You see, Lizzie has a friend who lives overseas, and his name's Mick, and he's quite the gentleman.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. What's the problem?
Well, he plans to visit Lizzie, but she's been running to him as if she lives in Yarralumba, not Wentworth.
Oh.
You can say that again. God, I wish I'd snuffed it last.
Oh, now, come on. Listen, why don't you write to him and say that when he plans to visit Australia, you're doing a tour of Upper Mongolia?
Yes. And that social engagements over there make it absolutely impossible to cancel.
Yeah, I suppose that'd fix it.
Oh, it's a great idea. You could dictate the letter to me if you're still feeling a bit shaky.
What's the use? I'll never see Foxy again.
Oh, of course you will. Only outside, not stuck away in here.
Oh, listen, I've got to get back. When you finish the letter, give it to Mrs. Morris. Don't keep Lizzie up too long, all right?
Don't worry. We'll make it short, but to the point.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you later, love.
Yeah.
Lizzie, I understand your motives so well.
Oh, Mrs. Powell, I've settled Lizzie down. What do you want me to do next?
Okay, we'll collect all the sheets for sterilisation. I'll organise a pickup.
Won't be long now, I reckon.
When do you think all this will become official, then?
Well, we've had no new cases in the past 24 hours, so it shouldn't be too long before everyone's free to go.
Oh, that's fabulous. But I will miss everyone terribly. You've all been really wonderful.
When's this going to be exactly, Doc?
Well, despite departmental red tape, I'd say late today.
Oh, right. Oh, that's great. Couldn't go on forever, could it?
I think we can move Adler back to a dorm now, too.
Right, come on, Pixie, we have work to do.
Right.
Suppose that means I can go.
As long as you stay in bed for a couple of days, you can either do that here or go home if you like.
Doctor, the fever didn't destroy my judgment. I can't imagine anyone wanting to stay in this place any longer than they had to.
I'm trying to run a business for 6 days.
Yeah, I know, Don.
If nothing else, I think a few people must be a bit more understanding about how it feels like to be locked up.
I wouldn't count on it. All I know is I'm actually looking forward to hearing Patrick snoring and the kids' arguments.
Oh, you're a glutton for punishment. Do you want a coffee? Yes, please. If only Lizzie weren't in here, she could have used my house to impress her friend.
What's that work?
Spa.
$25 a day.
Oh, come on, Irene. Cut the crap.
I'm moving any time.
Oh, sorry, B. It's just that I want to help.
$10.
You people have shown me things about myself I didn't know were there. I just want to repay that in some way. Well, if you do really want to help on the outside, get in touch with Myra Desley from the Prisoner Reform Group. Because they need all the good people they can find, believe me.
I take it you do have a good explanation for this breach of regulations?
Well, everyone has been under rather a strain lately, Mr. Richards. We've weighed some of the regulations under the circumstances.
You're forgetting discipline must be maintained at all times. Could I have your attention, please? That's better. The Health Department has officially notified us that the quarantine is lifted. Visitors are to leave the premises as soon as possible.
It's about time. I'm getting my things together.
Get this mess cleared up and then see me in your office.
Arrange for the next shift to take over Colleen and get things moving in here as quickly as you can, please, Mick.
Rather her than me. I'd strangle him.
Well, I'm pleased to see that you could tear yourself away from your little tea party.
I'd prefer less sarcasm and more understanding.
And the public demand more of a prison than a social gathering.
Mr. Richards, I believe in the public's sense of fairness. Those people in there deserve time to sit and unwind.
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds, but not together in this institution. The department rules are quite clear.
Damn you officious public servants and damn your rules.
Mrs. Reynolds, I'm warning you.
No, you listen to me for a change. What you've got in there is two groups of people who were suspicious and hostile towards each other a few days ago. Look at them now. That quarantine has forced them to cooperate and to respect each other. Mr. Richards, that is what our prison should be doing.
Where do you think you're going?
Surprising as it may seem to you, I don't want to be here at the moment. I'm going home to bed. I know you're quite capable of taking any calls.
Yes, mine's the office.
Look, I'll be back, B. Just give us time to organise things on the outside.
No, why bother? We both know it's a dead-end street.
Bea, look, I want to see you again. I'll visit you until you release. I don't care.
I do.
What?
Look, Tony, it would be like waiting in Darwin for snow to fall. It's never going to happen. I'll be reincarnated in this place. We both have to face it.
One night stand, eh?
Oh, don't. Listen, in a dump like this, a lot of you dies every day. And it's only your mates and your memories that keep you going. And you had better believe that you're going to be with me a lot longer than one night. So, let's just leave it like that. Something was honest.
Bea Smith. I wish I'd never met you, you know.
You look very happy to be out of there, Mrs. Reynolds.
You know, Bob, if I were any happier, they'd lock me up.
Oh, I think I'd have put it differently.
Point taken. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.
I didn't see you standing there.
It's been so long, you've probably forgotten what I look like. I missed you.
Me too. Please, Wally, don't say anything. I just want to go home now, okay?
No worries. It's nothing that won't keep.
Smith, Mr. Richards.
Wait outside. Come in, Smith. You are to receive $10,000 in compensation for the bomb attack.
10,000?
Just be lucky that you're getting that, Smith. If it had gone through the courts...
Oh, incompetence doesn't win lawsuits, and you know it. What about Bill Hunt's wife and kids? Did you manage to remember them?
She gets the same. That's all, Smith.
What proof have I got of this?
We're not in the habit of lying.
Oh, or withholding information.
Here is a copy of the letter that will be sent to Hunt's widow and placed on your file. And here is verification of the bank account that will be opened in your name. I'm pleased to see the money has brought you such happiness, Smith.
More to life than money, Mr. Richards.
Yeah, it's funny about life, isn't it? I mean, not much ever went right for Maxine. Especially the things that counted, like family.
Hi, Hazel. Want a cuppa?
Yeah, just telling Wally about Maxine, how she never got any decent breaks.
Yeah. Oh, well. At least she's dead now.
Oh, well, that's attractive, Hazel. Real charming.
Yeah, well, I never had any breaks neither. God, got nothing now. Sweet bugger all.
At least you've got your life. It's more than Maxine has.
And what sort of a life have I had? Half pissed all the time, in and out of stir for nothing. The kid's taken away.
Well, you could still do something about it, if you had the guts.
Well, maybe I don't have the guts.
Well, then maybe you are better off out of it.
Bloody right I am!
What happened?
Oh, she's such a stupid bitch.
Come on, calm down.
I know, Wally. I shouldn't do that. I should understand her. I shouldn't let her get to me.
Yeah, well, I'll inform Mrs. Reynolds as soon as she comes in. We'll be ready.
Oh, I see Jones signed out.
Yes, she was sent home this afternoon.
Always amazed at her fortitude. What's the matter with you?
We are going to need our own fortitude, as Sonia Stevens is being brought in tomorrow.
Do I know it?
The wife of Detective Sergeant Eddie Stevens.
Oh, no, that's all we need.
Eddie Stevens, he's a lovely man.
Yes, but he's also responsible for about half the convictions in Wentworth. Things could look very bad for his wife.
Hold it. That's not the worst. Sonia Stevens is being brought in on a drug charge.
Hazel, rise and shine. Hazel, open up. I've got a surprise for you. Haze?
Wally? 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 Wally!
What's the matter? Didn't she like your peace offering?
She's gone. Clothes and all. Look, she's left this behind. I'm worried, Wally. That looks very important.
Morphalgon. That's got a morphine base.
I know. What the hell is she taking that for?
Well, we'll just have to take every precaution short of isolation.
That won't be easy given the charge.
No, Meg's right. It's a pity we can't keep her relationship a secret. That would help.
Morning.
Good morning.
Miss Ferguson, what are you doing here? You were told to rest in bed.
I'm fully recovered, thank you, Governor. All I needed was a good night's rest.
As you wish.
Oh, Mrs. Barry told me about the new prisoner we're getting.
Yes, Mrs. Powell will fill you in on the details. I take it that all references to Stevens will be removed from the papers.
I've always thought that a waste of time, personally. Women usually find out about what's going on some way or another.
Yes, well, despite that, I still want every precaution taken for her protection.
Starter. Thank you, Carl. She's here.
Well, I might as well go. Your name is Sonia Elizabeth Stevens, is that correct?
Correct.
Correct, Miss Ferguson.
Correct, Miss Ferguson.
You have been charged with possession and trafficking of heroin and sentenced to 15 years imprisonment, is that correct?
Correct, Miss Ferguson.
Right. Put your personal belongings on the counter. They'll be held in storage for you until your release. Some 15 years from now.
There's to be an appeal. I doubt I'll be here much longer.
Well, whoever you know, or whatever happens. Just a couple of weeks in here can be an eternity.
I feel as though I've been in bed forever. I'll be getting bed sores on me bum.
Oh, well, if you rub them with alcohol, Lizzie, they go away.
God, if I had any alcohol, I wouldn't be putting it there. Oh, Bea, you look dreadful. You got bad news or something?
No, quite the opposite, actually. I'll tell you about it later. You're not missing anything out there. Everyone's bored titless, sitting around like a lot of old moles at a christening.
Oh, you can go down to the loading bay, Mason. Truck's arrived, B, so you can start work again.
Thank God for that. I never thought I'd be glad to get back to work.
Hey, hang on, I'm coming.
Like hell you are. You're staying right where you are. Do you hear me?
I'm all right. Honestly, Mrs. M. Just like Judy.
You know that letter you asked me to mail, Lizzie?
Mrs. M. That's blackmail.
Be it ever so humble. There are the rules that you'll live by. Learn them and follow them. Then life might be a bit easier for you.
What do you mean by a bit?
Well, let's face it, Stevens, not everyone in here is married to such a well-known personality, are they? Some of them might resent it. Now, our so-called top dog, for instance, she not only hates cops, but has a fixation about drugs, too. So I wouldn't broadcast anything if I were you.
Don't worry, I have no intention of exposing myself.
Well, sometimes in here, Stevens, things have a way of getting out of control.
You all right, Phil?
Yeah, I'm just a bit tired, that's all.
Well, don't forget what the doc said. Any sign of fever or headache, go and see him straight away.
Oh, but surely he doesn't think it's going to start again.
Why not? Stranger things have happened. Speaking of strange things.
Now, this, Stevens, is what we laughingly call a work area. I'm sure Smith can find something for you to do.
Oh, Stevens, eh?
Sonia, you must be B. Smith.
Oh, I see. Heard all about me, have you?
Miss Ferguson told me all about you, so you can imagine she said only the nicest things. I'd say she was thinking of you all the time. Isn't that right, Miss Ferguson?
Now, that was a bad start, Stevens. And 15 years is a long time, especially if I'm thinking of you all the time. And I promise you, I will be.
15 years? Good heavens, that's forever. What on earth did you do?
Mind your own business, Pixie.
No, it's all right. You're bound to find out sooner or later.
Oh, good. I must admit I'm a bit curious myself. Where'd you bump off?
No, it was nothing like that. I had some love letters belonging to a certain politician. Anyway, to cut a long story short, he called my bluff and the cops at the same time.
Politician, eh? You know, I thought you were a cut above the rest. Okay, ladies, she's a bit on the classy side, but the freak doesn't like her, so she's one of us. Say hello to Sonia.
Well, thanks very much, sister. Yes, yeah, I do. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well?
I give up, Jude. No, I don't mean that. I just mean that I know she's not in any hospital.
Are you sure, Wally? I mean, have you rung them all?
I've rung every hospital in a radius of 50 miles twice. Believe me, I am sure.
Damn it, where the hell is she?
You know what I think? I think she's on a binge.
No, Wally, forget that. Look, I've already been to all of her old watering holes. I've checked with all of her drinking mates. Nothing. Zilch. She's just vanished. There must be something we can do. I practically kicked her out of this place.
Oh, that's rubbish. Look, all you did was tell her off, and I would have done exactly the same thing. What about that husband or whatever he is?
George? She hasn't seen him for months. From what I can gather, he doesn't want to see her. I'll tell you what I did do. I went to the chemist. I checked on that drug she was taking. What was it called?
Morphalgon.
Yeah. Whatever she's got, she's in a lot of pain. A hell of a lot of pain.
Stand on the white line, will you, please?
Noisy little place. What's all that about?
You'll get used to it. It's the end of work bell.
Oh, looks like I arrived at the right time.
Your name is Randy Goodlove, is that correct?
Randy by name, Randy...
Just answer the question, will you? Yes or no?
Well, if you insist, yes, it is.
You've been charged with soliciting and sentenced to 14 days imprisonment, is that correct?
Impeccably.
Come over here, will you? And give me all your personal possessions. Then you will go to the showers over there, and you'll be issued with a uniform.
Designer label, I hope.
Good love. I've been here for a number of years, and I know all the clever dialogue. It gets rather boring at times. So would you please shut up?
This is going to be a fun-packed fortnight, isn't it?
Another comedian on our hands?
You mean clown, don't you? At least she'll fit in with the rest of the circus in this place.
Anything I should know in those papers?
No, nothing to worry about. I think I might take them through and they can look at the pictures before tea.
I hate to be a bother, but we seem to have run out of soap.
Oh, but
How are they, Bea?
Ah, snoring their heads off. At least Lizzie is. I think Helen was having an R-rated dream. How are you bearing up?
I'm a little tired. I think I'll be in bed straight after dinner.
Just what the doctor ordered, if you know what I mean.
Move. Here you go. Don't fight over them, ladies.
Just been cutting out all the juicy bits again, have we?
Oh, I think there'll be enough there to interest you, Smith. More than enough.
Now, is she trying to tell me something? Or am I losing my grip? Uh-huh. Well. Guess what, ladies? You'll never guess who we've got staying with us.
Oh, don't say that, Bea. I hate secrets.
So do I. I just hate secrets. And I hate plug pushers! Oh!
I'd rather you didn't do that again.
Why? What are you going to do? Get your copper husband onto me?
Is she married to a cop?
Well, according to this, we are talking to the wife of Detective Inspector Eddie Stevens.
He's the mongrel that put me in here.
Yeah, well, you probably deserved it. Eddie's not too bad as far as cops go.
What is a stinking copper?
And she's a stinking pusher.
No, I'm not. But I can't expect you to believe that, can I?
Well, why would I? You've lied about everything else.
Look, it wasn't my idea. The screws thought it would be safer for me if I lied. Personally, I'd rather have told you the truth.
Which is?
I was set up, framed, if you like, by some very clever people. But like I said, I can't expect you to believe that, can I? I suppose that's why Ferguson dobbed me in. So you do her dirty work for her.
Now that is the only thing that's saving you at the moment, Stevens. But I wouldn't relax too much. Because I'll get down to the truth one way or another. Promise you.
Oh, God, Betty. I don't know why you'd bother. It's like trying to renovate a condemned building.
Hello, Mrs. B.
Hello, Mrs. Beaton. You going out?
Yes, love. Wouldn't miss me bingo night.
Oh, I love your dress. It's beautiful.
Oh, thanks, love. At my age, you need all the help you can get. Oh, you don't think I've gone too heavy with the wall paint, do you?
What?
The makeup.
Gosh, Mrs. B, I didn't realise you had any on.
Rodney, love. If honesty was strength, you couldn't make a sausage roll. Now listen, you two. Your dinner's in the oven. Now don't leave it there for too long or it'll get all dried up.
All right.
What time will you be home, Mrs. B?
Oh, about 10, 10:30. Why?
I just wondered, that's all.
Now listen here, young fella. Oh, Clary, love, I was just
Betty,
having
why the hell didn't you tell me what day it was? I thought it was my club night. I turned up and there was no one there.
No, love, that's tomorrow night.
Oh, it's not. It's tomorrow night.
Well, that's good, Pet. You haven't missed out then.
Huh?
I said you haven't missed.
No, I haven't touched a drop. I told you the club wasn't open.
Hey, love, look after him, will you? Make sure he gets his dinner. I've got a rush.
All right, have a nice time.
Yeah. See you later. Don't worry about the babysitters. Come on, Grandpa, time for your bread and milk.
Don't be cruel, Rod. He hasn't done anything to you.
You want to bet?
You took your time getting here.
I'm sorry. I just had to find someone to do my shift. You all right?
I'm in prison, Eddie. What do you think?
I'm sorry.
Well, stop feeling sorry for me and just get me out of here.
Be reasonable. I'm trying. I haven't stopped trying since the minute you were charged.
Well, if you can't do it, find somebody else who can. I'm innocent, Eddie. You're a cop. Prove it.
Every lead I've had has fallen on its face. Well, it just isn't easy.
Well, it isn't exactly a bed of roses in here either. Do the names Phyllis Hunt and Mary Adler mean anything to you?
Are they giving you any trouble?
Are they giving me any trouble? You put them in here, Eddie. Now they've got your wife.
I'll talk to the governor.
What good will that do? You've got enemies all over the place. That's why I'm in here, in case you hadn't worked it out. I was framed by somebody who hates your guts. Now, what are you going to do about it?
Of course, I didn't want to hurt my parents, and so I said that I was a beauty consultant. I kept them happy.
But why? If they sent you to Privington, they must have wanted you to do better than that.
What's Brightening?
A girls' finishing school.
The biggest. A real little snob factory.
Then you're mad. You've had every opportunity handed to you on a plate and you chuck it all in and become a pro.
Correction. To become a highly respectable hall girl.
Oh. Bee's right. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. You're still in here with the rest of us, aren't you?
14 days won't kill me. And anyway, I've worked out what I did wrong.
Oh, yeah?
Hello, I'm Pixie.
Oh, Pixie, Randy, Pixie.
Hi.
Okay, I'll bite. What'd you do wrong?
Well, you think about it. For some strange reason, married ladies are allowed to run from bed to bed and nobody could care less. But if a single girl tries it, all of a sudden she's a whore. The married lovelies accept expensive presents, and all that's fine. But if I save him the trouble of buying something and just take the money, I am classed as a prostitute.
But you can't do that sort of thing unless you are married.
You see what I mean. And so when I get out of here, I'm going to find me a nice travelling salesman or someone who stays away from home a lot. And then it's business as usual.
Business?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it, Pixie. It really doesn't matter.
Push off, Stevens. These seats are taken.
You know, you're turning into an ugly little person, Hunt.
Oh, move. Come along. What's going on?
It's all right, Mrs. Morris. It seems I took someone else's seat.
Yeah, well, I know that, but I gotta keep trying, okay? Yeah, thanks.
Oh, God, I don't believe you two. Soup, 2 main courses, and enough chalky pud to sink a ship. You must have hollow legs or something. Oh, like some
No.
How'd you go?
No good, but I've got an idea. Now, Wally, when something's bugging you, what do? Is there someplace you go or what?
Well, when I was up the bush, I used to throw a pot. Sometimes I'd take the ute, go down to the coast. Mickey used to like that. Yeah, I used to do that.
You'd go somewhere where there were fond memories, right?
Yes, Mister.
Right. You do me a favor? Lend me the car. This is just a hunch, but I think I know where Hazel is.
Mind if I come in? Depends. Did Smith send you? Because if she did, I'm
No,
fed up.
she didn't. In fact, she wouldn't be very happy if she knew I was here.
All right. What do you want?
I just think someone ought to tell you why she's so against drugs. I know you think she's being unreasonable.
Look, thanks for the thought, but somebody else has beaten you to it. Yes, I heard about her daughter. I'm sorry for it, but it doesn't help me, does it?
No, I suppose not. I'm sorry I bothered you.
Wait. I don't know what's wrong with me. You come in here, you try to be nice to me, and I treat you like that. I am sorry.
That's all right. I can remember my first day in here. It wasn't very pleasant.
I need someone to believe me. I know it sounds strange, but I wouldn't feel quite so lonely if someone in here really believed me.
You said something about being set up.
Oh, yes, I was set up. I was sitting in a restaurant when 2 of my husband's so-called police friends came in and conveniently found heroin in my handbag. It was so well rehearsed.
But why would they do that?
Oh, I can't be sure, but Eddie was up for a promotion and so were a few of the others. Let's just say it wouldn't look too good on his record if his wife was on a drug charge.
They'd do that just for a job.
I know it sounds far-fetched, but it's the only explanation that I can think of. Anyway, I'm in here and it looks like I'm on trial again, doesn't it?
No, I don't think so. Bea just wants to be sure, that's all. Give her time. She's a very clever lady. Just don't cross her.
I'll have to learn the pecking order. Anyone else I should be careful of?
Joan Ferguson. But I don't think I need tell you about her.
Yeah, what is it with her? She as bent as she seems?
I'm afraid so. We've just heard that she was the one who organized the last escape from here.
Is that right? Well, if you can't trust the officers, who can you trust?
I was telling Randy about the different work areas, Mrs. Morris.
Oh, good, because I'm about to do tomorrow's roster, but I think you're on kitchen duty, Randy.
Oh, I forgot about the kitchen.
I wish Mrs. O'Regan would.
Mrs. Morris, I'm a fully qualified typist and stenographer. Isn't there any work in administration?
Well, I could speak to the governor, of course, for you, but I wouldn't get your hopes up too high.
Oh, thanks.
Lizzie in the door?
Yeah, she was last time I checked.
Oh, she's really nice, isn't she?
I'll tell you after she's seen the governor.
Thanks, Rosie.
How's your drink, Mr. Forbes? Would you like some more?
Beg yours?
I said, would you like some more?
Oh, well, you see who it is, will you? I'm going to have another beer.
Silly old bugger.
Oh, don't, Roddy. Can't help being deaf.
I wouldn't bet on it.
What do you mean?
Doesn't matter, forget it. What are you going to do about this money problem of yours?
There's nothing I can do until next week. Once I send Dad his money and pay the board, I'll be flat broke.
Now, do you think the old rod would let that happen? Here, give me your glass.
Oh, no thanks, Rod. I've already
Now,
had
if
it.
my little girl from the bushes broke, all she has to do...
I thought you said there was someone at the door.
They went away. All she has to do is see a favourite moneylender.
No, Rod, I couldn't. I've just paid Mr. Wallace back the money I owed him.
Good. That's the way to do it. Build up a credit rating. You can't live without it. Now, look, love. Take this.
No, really, Rod, I couldn't.
I'd be hurt if you didn't. I mean it. What are friends for, anyway? Now, you take that up to your room and put it somewhere safe before you lose it, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Going to call it a night, are you?
Don't you believe it, old son. The night hasn't even started yet.
Rod, what are you doing in here? I don't think Mrs. Beaton likes us having people in our rooms.
It's nice, isn't it? I thought we were all friends tonight. Anyway, I just came to tuck you in, that's all.
Don't, Rod, please, I don't like it.
How do you know? You haven't had it yet. Anyway, I've got to look after my $50 investment, haven't I? You might run out on me or something.
Get out, Rod, I mean it. Look, if you can have your money back, just get out.
Look, I'm getting a little tired of this virgin act. I mean, that's why you came here, isn't it? To get away from the old man and have a good time? Well, this is where the good time is, sweetheart, so relax and enjoy.
Just get out, Rod.
No.
Oh, love, what's the matter?
Oh, I've killed him, Mrs. Beaton. He wouldn't stop and I hit him.
Who?
Rod. Oh, I didn't mean to kill him. I asked him to stop and he wouldn't. Oh, he's dead, Mrs. Beaton. He's dead.
Oh, come on, love, sit down. God in heaven, what are we going to do?
Ah, there you are, Betty. About time. I've just had a look at him and he's all right. A bit groggy, that's all. You better go and see what you can do.
Yeah, sure. Hey, come on, it's all right. Mind you, I'm going to have a stiff brandy myself. You gave me a hell of a fright. Now, you just stay there and I'll see how he is.
Oh, no.
What?
Well, I called the police. They'll be here any minute.
Oh, look out, everyone, it's a raid. The pig's lover's back with us again.
Grow up, Phyllis. You're not helping anyone by carrying on like that.
Oh, have you and her been having a little chat, have you?
Well, it makes a lot more sense than fighting all the time.
Oh, yeah? And what were you chatting about? I suppose she told you about how she's been set up.
I'm inclined to believe her, Bee.
Oh, you're not going to fall for that, are you, Bee?
Oh, all right. Now, I'll say this one last time, so listen. Maybe she's telling the truth and maybe she isn't. But it does make sense. If you want to get at a cop, getting his wife is the perfect answer. But we'll find out sooner or later. But until that time, lay off! Got it?
No, it doesn't look like it, love. But Andrews, Donovan, Grant, Harris, Weymouth, and no Hazel Kent, I'm afraid. Just check to see who's in the signals. Not there either, love, I'm sorry.
Okay, Mr. Dixon, thank you anyway, very much. Look, I've written my name and phone number down. If she does turn up, would you please get in touch with me? It's very important.
Yeah, sure, love. I'll tell you what, there's another caravan park about 7 miles down the road. You could give them a try.
Great. Thank you again.
Okay. Hey, hang on a minute. You got me a bit confused here, love. Are you after a Kent or a Bryant?
Kent. I'm Bryant.
Yeah. Well, this could be just a coincidence, of course, but I've got a Hazel Bryant in Unit 11.
That's her. It's gotta be. Oh, Mr. Dixon, your blood's worth bottling.
Just didn't know what to do, Wally. I thought he was dead, so I rang the police.
Good girl. You all right now?
Of course she is. There you are.
Thank you.
Hey, don't let the cake go to waste. Oh, you help yourself, love. Should I take the sergeants into him or leave it here for him?
Oh, he shouldn't be that much longer.
What do you think will happen now, Wally?
I wouldn't worry. It's obvious you were just defending yourself.
Of course she was. Nothing but a young larrikin. Another trick like that and he'll be out on the streets, let me tell you. Oh, Sergeant, I poured you your cuppa.
Oh, thank you.
What's happening, Sergeant?
Miss Kay, I found this in your bedroom. Can you tell me where you got it?
Well, yes, Rod gave it to me. I was going to pay him back next week.
I see. Did anyone see him lend it to you?
I don't know, unless Mr. Forbes did. Mr. Forbes? Did you see Rod give me any money tonight?
Money? Oh dear. But then I try to keep to myself.
Is anything wrong, Sergeant?
Yes, I'm afraid there is. Mr. Miller has accused Miss Kay of stealing this money. He also accused her of attacking him when he went to her room to retrieve it.
I take it we can go to our cells whenever we want.
Of course, but aren't you going to watch the end of the movie?
No thanks. I don't like those hard luck stories. Night all.
Oh. Hello and good night. I'm Helen.
Randy.
Yeah, most of the time. What's your name, love?
Look, what say we talk about it tomorrow?
Okay, night.
Night.
Hi, how you feeling?
Oh, bored, stupid. Any more new faces?
I don't think you've met Sonia, have you?
Well, I don't know until I see her. Would the real Sonia please stand up?
Sonia, this is Helen Smart.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the snake lady.
Do you know her?
There isn't a hooker in town who doesn't know her. She's married to Eddie Stevens.
Yeah, well, that we know. What else?
Oh, tons. This one's a real sweetheart. There's hardly a girl north of the city who isn't paying her protection money.
Protection against what?
Oh, she claims if they don't pay up, her old man will pick them up.
Does he?
Who knows? Who really knows? Because everyone pays up, don't they, Sonia? Everyone, including those pathetic little junkie bastards. Oh, and they can't win either way. Because she takes their money from them, and then she turns good old Jerry Turner loose on them.
And have you got anything you would like to add to that?
Not really. I think she's covered just about everything. So if you'll excuse me, I'll say goodnight.
What happens now?
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare.